Your first topic is motion. First of all, motion is a relative concept. Relative concept means what? Relative concept means you have to compare from surroundings, and if you want to define motion of an object, then you can define if the position of an object is changing with respect to its surrounding, then it is said to be in motion. Otherwise, it is said to be at rest. Okay? It means I am sitting here. My position is not changing with respect to this wall. Then, with respect to this wall, I am in rest. Okay? Now your next concept is displacement and distance. So first of all, I will tell you what is displacement. In simple way, I can define displacement is the shortest path. Displacement is the shortest path, and this distance is the actual path traveled by an object. Distance is the actual path traveled by an object. Okay? One example I want to give you. In the diagram, you can see that there is Sheetal and Prashant house, and second Sangeeta house, and there is one school. If you start from Sheetal and Prashant house to Sangeeta house along path A, and then Sangeeta house to school by path B. Distance in the diagram, you can see the distance between Sheetal and Prashant house is 500 meter, and distance between Sangeeta house and school is 1200 meter. In this case, distance will be equal to 500 meter plus 1200 meter. That will be equal to 1700 meter. This is the distance. Okay? And if you go from Sheetal and Prashant house to school directly, then this will be your displacement. In this example, displacement is 1300 meter. Okay, so if I say find the distance and displacement, then what you will do? Simply, if I say find the distance, you have to add all the actual path covered by an object. And if I say find the displacement, then you have to see in the beginning whereby the object, or you can say at the starting whereby the object, and at the ending where is the object. You have to join by a straight line. This will give you the displacement. Okay, if I say which will be greater, whether distance or displacement, you can say distance will be greater than displacement. It is always true. It is always true that distance will be greater than displacement? No. Then when if I ask can displacement be greater than distance? Yes or no? Just think. No, never. Displacement will always less than or equal to distance. Then when displacement will be equal to distance? Displacement can be equal to distance when an object moves in a straight line. Understood? Displacement is a vector quantity. Remember this, I will tell you what is vector quantity. And distance is scalar physical quantity. Okay. Now next topic is, or next concept is concept of vector and scalar. So I define what is scalar and what is vector. Those physical quantity having only magnitude is known as scalar physical quantities, and those physical quantity they have magnitude as well as direction is called vector quantity. Example of a scalar quantity is time, distance, speed, mass. These all are the examples of scalar quantity. And the examples of vector quantities are displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, etc. These all are the examples of vector quantities. If I say, what do you mean by only magnitude? Magnitude means if I say mass of an object is 5 kilogram, so 5 is only magnitude, and here kg is the unit of mass. So mass is scalar quantities because there is no any direction. But in case of vector quantities, there will be direction. If I say displacement of an object is equal to 10 meter towards east, 15 meter towards west. So whenever you will talk about vector, you have to add the direction. If one more example I want to take one example of force. Suppose you have applied a force of 10 Newton, then you have to add 10 Newton in which direction? Towards east, west, north, south, in which direction? You have to tell the direction. But in your syllabus, only introduction is there about vector and scalar. In higher grade, you will discuss in detail. So just remember, vector means those physical quantities having magnitude as well as direction. But in case of scalar physical quantities, there is only magnitude. Okay? One more example I want to take about distance and displacement. Just imagine an object is moving in a circular orbit. See, here is the point A. If an object starts from point A and they are moving in a circle from here to here and again they came here. In this case, what will be distance and what will be the displacement? Just think. I tell you, what was the concept of displacement? If you want to find displacement, you have to just think. At time t equal to 0, it means at a starting point, object was here, okay, and after time t, they again came here at the same point, and you have to meet these 2 points. In this case, displacement will be 0 because there is no any distance. Displacement will be 0 because displacement means minimum distance. Displacement means minimum distance. And in this case, if an object is moving in a circular orbit, in this case, what will be the distance? Distance will be equal to its circumference, that is 2 pi r. That is equal to 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the circle. Okay, 2 pi r will be the distance in this case. Now next concept is speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. So speed is defined as total distance traveled per unit time is known as speed. It means if you divide total distance upon total time, then it gives speed. But in case of velocity, displacement per unit time, I said displacement per unit time is known as velocity. So always remember, since speed is a scalar quantity, that's why distance will come, because speed is a scalar quantity, so distance will come. And since velocity is a vector quantity, then displacement will come. Velocity is defined as displacement per unit time. It means in unit time how much displacement took place. And if you want to define speed, then how much distance traveled by an object in unit time. Okay, the unit of speed is meter per second. The SI unit of speed is meter per second, and the SI unit of velocity is meter per second. Here units are same. Okay, but the difference is speed is a vector quantity, speed is a scalar quantity, and velocity is the vector quantities. In CGS system, I will tell you later what is CGS system. In CGS system, the unit of speed is meter per second. The unit of speed in CGS system centimeter per second, and the unit of velocity in CGS system again centimeter per second. Speed is related to the distance, while velocity is related to the displacement. Your next concept is concept of SI and CGS system. In SI system, we measure mass in kilogram, length in meter, time in second. But in case of CGS means centimeter, gram and second. We measure mass in gram, length in centimeter, time in second. In both the units, both the system, we measure time in second. Understood? If I say what is the SI unit of length, SI unit of length, then you will say meter, because we measure the length in meter in SI system. In CGS system, what will be the units of length in CGS system? Then you will say centimeter, because we measure length in centimeter. Similarly, if I say what is the SI unit of mass, SI, I said SI, System of International, then you will say kilogram. What is the unit of mass in CGS system? Then you will say gram. Okay. Now next concept is effect of speed and direction on velocity. Effect of speed and direction on velocity. So in the diagram, first diagram, you can see first diagram, that is on upside. Only speed is changing. In the middle diagram, direction is changing, speed is constant. At the last diagram, speed as well as direction both are changing. It means if you want to change the velocity, there are three possible ways in which you can change the velocity. Number one, changing the speed while keeping the direction same. Changing the speed while keeping the direction same. It means direction will be same. You can see in the first diagram, direction is same, only speed is changing. It means suppose you are moving with the speed of initial speed 10 meter per second. After few seconds you have started moving 20 meter per second. It means ki in the same direction. Suppose you are going in a straight line. In starting you were moving at the speed of 10 meter per second. After few seconds you are moving 20 meter per second. Here speed has been changed from 10 to 20. That is given in the first diagram. In second diagram, speed is constant. Speed is constant. Suppose you are moving in a circular path with 10 meter per second. Speed is 10 meter per second, 10 meter per second, 10 meter per second, 10 meter per second, 10. But in this case, direction is changing. So again, velocity will change. In third and last case, speed as well as direction both are changing. It means again velocity will be changed. So there are three possible ways by which you can change the velocity of an object. Understood? Your next concept is uniform and non-uniform linear motion. What do you mean by linear motion? Linear motion means an object is moving in a straight line. Okay, that is called linear motion. There is uniform linear motion and non-uniform linear motion. So what do you mean by uniform linear motion? So in uniform linear motion, any object travels equal distance in equal interval of time. It means what? Suppose an object moves 2 meters in 1 second. Next 2 meters in 1 second. Again next 2 meters in 1 second. Next 2 meters in 1 second. It means, and if an object is moving equal distance in equal time interval, then object is said to be in linear motion. Second is non-uniform linear motion. The definition of non-uniform linear motion is if an object travels or if an object does not travels equal distance in equal interval of time. Suppose there is an object, it moves 5 meters in 1 second. Next, in 1 second they move 10 meters. Next 1 second they move 2 meters. It means here equal distance is not covered by an object in equal time interval. That's why this is called non-uniform linear motion. Understood? Your next concept is acceleration. Acceleration means change in velocity per unit time. What I said change in velocity per unit time. Change in velocity means what? Final velocity minus initial velocity is called change in velocity. Per unit time means what? You have to divide change in velocity by time, then it gives acceleration. The SI units of acceleration is meter per second. It is the vector quantity. It means they have magnitude as well as direction. Understood? there are two types of acceleration. One is uniform acceleration, second one is non-uniform acceleration. So how you will define uniform acceleration? So if the velocity changes by equal amount in equal time interval, then the object is said to be in uniform acceleration. And if the velocity changes by unequal amount in equal time interval, then the object is said to be in non-uniform acceleration. It means कि equal time interval, in equal time interval there is equal change in velocity, then this will be called uniform acceleration. And in equal time interval, there is unequal change in velocity, then it is called non-uniform acceleration. And now types of acceleration. There are three types of acceleration: positive acceleration, negative acceleration, zero acceleration. Positive acceleration means what? Positive acceleration means there is change in velocity. It means in starting object is moving with the velocity 2 meter per second. After 1 second they became 3 meter per second. After 1 second they became 5 meter per second, 6 meter per second. Here change in velocity is positive because in starting object is moving 2 meter per second. After 1 second they are moving 3 meter per second. Here change in velocity 3 minus 2, that will be equal to plus 1. That's why this is the examples of positive acceleration. Negative acceleration means if the velocity of an object is decreasing. Suppose a car is moving with initial velocity 50 meter per second. After some time they became stop. It means velocity is decreasing. If the velocity of an object is decreasing, then it is said to be in, this is said to negative acceleration. And if the velocity of the object does not change with respect to time, then this is called zero acceleration. In positive acceleration, velocity of the object will increase. In negative acceleration, velocity, I said velocity, not speed, velocity of the object will decrease in negative acceleration. And in zero acceleration there will be no change in velocity, that is constant. If a car is moving with 20 meter per second, after 1 second again they are moving 20 meter per second, after 1 second again they are moving 20 meter per second in a particular direction. So this is the example of zero acceleration. Understood? One more thing I want to tell you. Acceleration is represented by small a. Initial velocity is represented by small u. Final velocity is represented by capital small v. And time is represented by small t. It means acceleration will be equal to change in velocity per unit time. It means कि a is equal to v minus u upon t. For the numerical purpose of view, if an object starts from rest, u will be 0, and if an object stop, then v, in this case v is equal to 0. Understood? I repeat, if an object means a car, a bike, a bus, start from rest, you take u is equal to 0. If a car stop after some time, take v is equal to 0. Understood? In next lecture, I will discuss distance time graph for uniform motion, distance time graph for non-uniform motion, velocity time graph for uniform velocity, velocity time graph for non-uniform acceleration, equation of motion using graphical method. These all we will discuss in next lecture. So you read the textbook, chapter number 1. Understood? Thank you.